Hello! How's it going, people? YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to slightly out of breath. I actually did not bad. I had really good pace coming out. You know, my legs felt actually really quite good. I did my little green and hill climb. That's the first I've done it for a good fact. When I had that problem with my foot, which was in February, I went into hospital, and I don't think I've done that green hill climb, I believe maybe even December last year maybe. So that's the first I've done it. It's okay. I didn't die going up it, but I was just maybe a touch out of breath. Obviously I've lost a lot of my edge, and I just haven't been cycling as much, but quite good in a way. I've been watching. I've actually got quite a few things to talk about because there's kind of a lot of things that kind of happened. So firstly, updating the foot. The foot's fine. I do have a little bit of hard skin still, so I've been kind of like, you know, say sanding it away, but I've been kind of like rubbing it, getting it down. But what actually happened, like a knock-on effect. So I was at work, the first sort of week, 2 weeks of my work, not a problem. You know, my work shoes were fine. I had a pair of thick socks and a pair of thin socks. Thin socks, it was kind of starting to hurt, so I put the thick socks. Thick socks were great. And then I went back to my thin socks and I've been fine. And then just about the last 2 weeks there, I've actually been wearing my trainers the last week. Because a couple of days in, I noticed that, and this is probably down to my foot actually, maybe even changing shape. Not shape, well, I suppose it is shape. So because I've got my hard skin on that left side of my left foot, I think instead of me walking like this, like normal, I'm walking on slightly like this. And the shoes that I had, those work shoes I've had for probably, I wouldn't say that they're done, but they've been well worn in kind of thing. So it's a bit like a footprint. You've got your footprint from your old, like pre-foot injury. And I think what's happened is, I suppose it's the same if you wear if somebody says, oh here, borrow my shoes, and you maybe you're going to hang out washing or something outside, and you put somebody else's shoes on, because your footprint's totally different to their footprint, you can feel whether like the big toe might be there, where your big toe's over here slightly, and you can feel it. It doesn't feel right, and that's what it was like. And I kind of developed a bit of really like almost like a kind of bruising in my big toe area, just at the ball joint of my big toe. So I think what's happened is I've been wearing these shoes, and because my foot's been slightly at a different angle, it's almost as if it's been pressing my kind of ball joint of my big toe into the side of the shoe. And I've really just had a real big issue again. But it was just bruised. So I've been wearing my trainers to work. And that's like, I'm now starting, it's getting better. In fact, I wouldn't say it's fully healed, but it's still a wee bit of pain there, but it's not much. So that's the foot side of things. What's been happening with the bike? Bike is, do you know, it's funny. I've had this bike now for, I think, about 5 years. Got it in 2019. I think it's a 2018 produced bike, but I think I bought it in 2019. So I'll be coming up in 5 years this, probably about November, I think I got it. October, November, possibly. So it's 4 and a bit years. It's be coming up in 5. And it's just, it gets better like every day. But I do maintain my bike pretty much. Like, it doesn't really get dirty. It doesn't really. I'm always cleaning. I'm always like resurfacing the brake pads, as in rim brake pads. You know, I don't really. My bike just doesn't get away from me. So I've actually. I don't know if I've actually done these tyres. The Prime Donnet. But they're actually I think it's the RR50 is the old name. They're 50mm deep carbon rims. I just have to say they're absolutely amazing. Like, really, really good. They spin really well. They're quite light. I mean, they're 50mm deep, but they feel really kind of light. I've also got the TPU tubes in. So TPU is like a plastic, it's a thermoplastic urethane, I think it's the proper term. They're basically just like, it's just like a plasticky tube. Very, very light, 24 grams. You can get a 19 gram, but if you're running rim brakes, they suggest that you don't use the 19s for only disc brakes. They tell you to use the 24s, probably the lightest you can go. So you're talking about 48 grams for the wheel set in terms of like the inner tube. Again, I kind of did have a discussion. One of my friends on Facebook, he's an MTB guy, a mountain bike, and he runs tubeless. Obviously he swears by it, but I think tubeless on a mountain bike is totally different than it is to like a road bike, because you don't have the volume density in the tyre. So, and you run a little bit higher pressure than you do in a mountain bike tyre. So if you get a puncture in a road tyre, there's a lot of like pressure release. It does seal, but I think with a mountain bike tyre it's a bit more of a less pressure. There's not as much air maybe escapes, depending obviously on the cut. If it's a big cut, then it doesn't matter what you've got, it's going to probably be quite nasty. But I think in road tyres, I kind of did the tubeless. I probably said this before, but I've not really been doing much in the way of vlogs the last couple of months, so I just think tubeless, for me anyway, I've done it, got the t-shirt, I've kind of moved on from it. I would never say that I would never go back to tubeless on a road bike, but for me, I think the thing for me, and like the biggest thing about tubeless is good, right? Okay, if you get a minor puncture, you probably don't even know you've got it. The biggest problem with me is changing tyres. So I'll change these tyres to like a winter tyre. So I've got my Pirelli Cinturatos, which are a kind of more of a kind of wintry wet weather tyre. So I changed them. So I'll be running these in the summer. And by the way, these tyres, the Vittoria Corsa, these are original with this bike. And they're still, I mean, I could probably still get a little bit of wear out of them, but they're getting kind of close to, I suppose, the end of their service life. But in saying that, I've just said getting to the end of their service life, but they probably still get quite a bit left in them. Absolutely fantastic tyre. Easy to pop on the rim, snap to the bead, just a great tyre. But yeah, changing tyres with tubeless, you've got all that excess gunk in the tyre. You've got to clean the tyre down, you've got to reseal it, because a lot of people, I think this guy got his bike set up and I think he's just left it. I don't think he's bothered doing anything. But what a lot of people don't realise is your sealant in your tyre starts to perish. It loses its kind of viscosity and stuff. There's a wee spider. It loses its kind of viscosity in that, and you need to replenish it every 6 months. But it's just a faff. I just don't really get it. As I say, I'm not going to say that I'm never going to go back to tubeless, but for road bike, I just don't think it's worth it. I just don't think it's and a lot of people, like GCN's probably one of the worst. I used to watch a lot of GCN, but recently I've just not been watching it because it's just full of absolute crap. They're always going on tubeless. Oh, tubeless is great, tubeless is this, tubeless is that. It's not. I don't think it's like fantastic, especially for a road bike. I can carry like I mean, I'm not going to say TPU is the way to go, but I think TPU tubes, I can carry like 5 or 6 in my little saddlebag. That's how compact they are. So I've got plenty of, and I just get a puncture, tyre off, tube in, get any shards in the tyre, bang, tyre on, pump up, good to go. With tubeless, even if you have to resort to that factor of putting a tube in, it's an absolute nightmare. It's just, you get gunk everywhere. It's just, nah. I'm kind of, well, I say I'm done with tubeless. I kind of am. to be honest. As I say never, but nah. What else has been happening? In fact, you know what? I'm going to pause this video because this is a large chunk. So, join. Do you know what I had? Pickled onion crisps. So I usually have 3 bags, and then I maybe have like the other 3 bags. I'm a 3 bagger kind of guy. But pickled onion crisps, sometimes it's a 2 bagger if it's really strong. These were really strong, but I ate 3 bags. And at night I ate the other 3 bags, which probably wasn't wise. Oh my god, my mouth is just destroyed. But anyway, I'll come back. Welcome back. So, I probably said this, as I say, I've not really been doing a lot of vlog videos. I have been waxing my chain. So before I used to use muck off. I had the dry and the wet. It's like a yellow bottle was the dry, and it was like a blue coloured bottle. Well, it wasn't blue coloured, it was black, but blue writing on it was the wet wib. Never really used the wet wib as much, because I kind of do like to cycle on the dry. But the dry wib was nice. It smelled like, it was almost like banoffee, like banana toffee. So really nice. But it really was a pain in the farce with like just a drivetrain can be completely covered black. So I actually got a new Dura-Ace chain off Prime. In fact, I got these tyres, got the chain, got quite a lot of things off Prime. Not Prime. Wiggle, sorry. Prime's their brands. That's what I should have said. Also, speaking of Prime, in fact, I'll just quickly segue from my chain. I got Prime tyres, so I got the RR50s or the Doyen carbon. There's also a Primavera, which is a slightly, I think it's got different hubs and a slightly different carbon layup. But this wheel set's been fantastic, man. Absolutely beautiful to ride on. I also got the headset. So I've got a lower profile headset cap. And I got top bearing, the bottom bearing was the wrong chamfer. So I actually went to, I'm trying to think how to pronounce bearings, which bearings, WYCH. So I may put the little card up here, which bearings. Got the bottom one, so that's it, properly fitted, because the bottom bearing had a lot of wear and tear on it. But on the splashback coming up the tyre, at the back portion of it, it was just all gunky, really bad. But my kind of maintenance programme now involves that getting serviced, like maybe even every 6 months or so, just kind of taking it out, cleaning it, re-greasing it, popping it back up. But I've kind of changed the front end of my bike a little bit. So I have got a little bit of a stem. I've got these spacers. So I actually had 2 of these spacers, plus another couple, thinner ones. But it's perfect with the 2 there. And it just tidies up the cockpit area of the bike. And I got a couple other things with Prime. As I say, I got a PF30 bottom bracket. It's a ceramic. Got it for like 17 quid. It was meant to be like, I don't know, 80, 90 pounds or something. So I actually picked up quite a lot of spares, which will keep the bike running pretty good for quite a number of years. So I did get a Dura-Ace chain. Now, I actually have been using the Silca drip-on wax. It's a super secret formula drip-on, and it was absolutely brilliant. But the chain was starting to get a little bit noisy, so I kind of persevered with it because I didn't want to use any more of my drip-on stuff. I've still got probably, I don't even know if it's half a bottle, but I've still got quite a lot of that left. But I didn't want to put a coating on and then I was going to get what I've got the other day. So basically, I was looking on Sigma at the Silca wax, chain wax system. It's basically like a kind of red, so grey pop with red features on it at the bottom. Then you've got a stand where you hang your chain, you drip it. So you dip it in and then you hang it. So I was looking at that. I looked at Sigma. Sigma was quite expensive. So I actually went to the good old US of A and on the Silca website bought the chain waxing system, the chain wax pellets, which is like a 500 gram bag, I think, and the strip chips. Strip chips, well, first of all, I'll tell you how I got it. So basically, I got 10% off, and the base price was actually cheaper than what it was at Sigma. Now, I was planning on taking a hit off the import duties, so I worked out, if I can buy that for that price, plus the 10% off with everything, and get it for that, even if I pay import, I'm probably still saving money on getting it from the UK. So I get free delivery. So I basically just bought those 3 items. So it came, I actually picked it up yesterday. It was actually here. I was meant to get it Thursday. Missed the delivery because they didn't chap. Friday was the same. I don't think they chapped the window. Friday, I transferred it to my local post office. I meant to pick up from the sorting office, which is where it was at, but I got it sent to WH Smith. So basically it was going from the sorting office to WH Smith, and then what happened was it got booked in at night, and then it got booked out on Saturday morning. But lo and behold, WH Smith never booked it in their end, because it should have come up Saturday. Oh, your parcel's ready to pick up. So I waited. I says, no, I'll wait, because I'm not going to... I could have intercepted it from the post office. Monday, I was in town, I could have picked it up. I wasn't actually going to get into WH Smith and just say, oh, it's my parcel here. But nah. So Tuesday morning, I says, right, I'll get the post office, the sorting office, because for all I know, it could still be there. Because I wasn't sure if there's going to be import duties to pick up on it. So I went to the post office and says, look, is this here? Is it? No, we booked it out, probably in WH Smith, they haven't booked it in. Went there, lo and behold, guess what? It hadn't been booked in. So I picked that system up, but no import duties whatsoever. Whee! Sweet as a nut, man. So I actually saved a lot of money on that. I mean, the 10% off the stock price. As I say, Sigma Sports were, I think, £16 more for the wax system, and even like the actual wax pellets were about a couple of quid cheaper. And this came all the way from the US of A, free postage to my door, no import duties. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could maybe get that again, and somebody could get it and they may pay import duties. So I don't know how that works. I don't know if they just pick like a random package and go, right, this is getting import duties. That one, no. Oh, that one's going to get... I don't know how they do it. I don't know how it works. But yeah, I got that. So the chains had an immersive wax dip. It is... super quiet, man. It is really nice. Felt really weird, because when you're in like your home environment, you kind of hear things a lot different to when you're out actually riding your bike. But when you wax your chain, what I've noticed is you get a real weird... You hear a lot more things in your bike. Like, I think I had a bit of brake rub in the front, which was really doing my head in. But anyway, absolutely riding sweets or not, and I'm going to sneeze. Jaya! Oh, that was good. That was a good sneeze. But yeah, I haven't been out on my bike for about... I think the last time I was out would have been... maybe a week and a half ago. There's another sneeze coming. Yeah! Woo! That's 2 good sneezes. So, man, I've waffled on a lot today, but it's quite a lot of stuff. What I may do is I may do a more detailed review. Even my shoes that I've got, I've had these shoes a while. I might start getting back out. I've actually been watching, there's a guy on YouTube, a guy called Sam Sulek, Sulek. I think he's kind of a bit Czechoslovakian, a bit Slovak, or is it Czech Republic and Slovak? Although in saying that, he probably was Czechoslovakia, because I think when he was born it was still Czechoslovakia. So, but he's a bodybuilder. But he does like his format is, he usually drives in his car and he does like a kind of workout talk, and he talks a lot about his macros, and his kind of macros is like your protein, carbs, protein, fats. So there's a lot of food products. There's some that are kind of overlap into like a fat protein, carb protein. There's a kind of like a crossover period. But he tracks all his stuff. So he's got his, like how many calories he's got, but he's got his like protein, fat and carb content. I don't really do any of that stuff. I don't really eat a lot. You know, I didn't even really have any breakfast. I just had my coffee this morning, so I'm kind of lighting the loafers, as they say, which actually isn't really ideal. I should really be having some form of breakfast. But he's quite good. It's kind of motivational, you know. I'm not into like the whole kind of. I'm actually just looking. I've got all this wax everywhere in my chain. But that's what happens. It kind of flakes off because an immersive wax coats like the whole chain. So you get like bits flaking off. But yeah, he does like he does quite a lot of kind of inspirational stuff. Talks a lot about obviously his workout, but he does a lot of the kind of like the diet based element of it. So I'm actually probably, what time are we at? 12:15. I'll probably just nip up to my mum and dad's. I need to chat with them. My wife, in fact, man, I've really, like, this is probably a big catch-up video. I've not really done this because things have changed in the last, 2 weeks kind of thing. My wife is changing at the moment. Not really going to, oh sugar, yep, bike's going. Not really going to say too much at this moment in time. But I'm kind of changing the kind of lifestyle we change. Things that happen from that. You may potentially work out maybe what I'm getting at. You may not. Some people that maybe know me maybe know, but I'll maybe talk about that. Maybe talk about that in the coming months. I'm not really like super. I'm actually looking at the front of my bike, not really seeing my camera position. This is going downhill. Oh, that's better. Yeah, so things have changed. I'll probably review all once certain things are in place. Until that day, I'm kind of just like going through the motions, but it's nothing bad. It's actually maybe even slightly, how should we put it? That wasn't to the birds, man. It's happy days, but yeah, it's happier. That's a good way of just putting it. I'm not like, it's not in a bad way. It's kind of maybe even kind of long term, maybe a better solution, which, you know, feels like a blocked nose as well. But yeah, that I'll probably review all in the coming weeks, months, maybe even is probably a better term. But anyway, I'm going to head back into here, probably head out to my mum's, chinwag with the old deer. My dad as well. I keep missing my dad out. Don't know why. I just like my mum and dad's. Have a chinwag. Bro, big bumblebee. But anyway, take care and I'll see you next time. Ciao. Hello. How's it going, people, YouTube? So just practically off the bike about maybe 10-15 minutes ago. So I'm just heading up to my mum and dad's. I need to have a chinwag with. Oh my god, anyway, lost it there. I actually had a tight calf muscle. Kind of stepped in there, almost thought I was going to end up falling flat on my face. Yeah, just heading up to my mum and dad's. So I thought, don't want to get home, settle down. Still warmed up for the cycle, so I thought just get my stuff on, head up, because I'm working tomorrow. So just feel good to get out. I was actually going to cycle up, but I thought, nah. But I'll, catch you later. Right, welcome back. I just popped into see my daughter there. Bless her, she's working. Well, I'm working tonight, so or tomorrow. Technically I feel it's tonight, but it's actually is tomorrow. So just head in, I'm going to get something to eat. Just a quick kind of nibble, nothing too heavy, because I always have my dinner. But I enjoyed that. Today was actually good, like a good workout. I think I did about 8 miles, 8 point something. But it was a good workout, back, straight out, not even really sat down too much. I think if I sat down I'd probably just like get into that horrible sort of, oh wait, I'll go up to my mum's or my mum and dad's. I'll go to my mum and dad's later, and then it's like, yeah, strike while the iron is hot, as they say. So it's pretty good. They've actually done up the old brig in here. These lights used to be off. I think there was probably 2 working the whole bridge, and they're actually renewing the railings, which is good. So somebody in the council's actually getting their finger out their bum hole and actually doing some, which is good. Obviously the boys there have used M&S, which is good. But yeah, so just feel a lot better, you know. Like this, I was talking when I did my vlog on my bike. I was talking about Sam Sulek, who's a kind of bodybuilder guy. Guy's absolutely ripped, man. He's like, guy's huge. But I like the way he talks, his philosophy. You know, he's got quite a good sort of, quite a good way he describes stuff, like all his dieting and stuff. I'm not really sort of too big on diets. It's like, I mean, I just eat. Like, I never had a breakfast there, so probably calorie content this morning wasn't that much. I had a cup of coffee. I had my barista style coffee. So I really didn't have much. So I've actually probably burned off. Well, in saying that, I had bags of crisps last night, which is probably not the healthiest thing to eat. So I probably burned off a lot of those calories this morning. Although I'm just on the point of going to Burger King to probably get a very calorie intense meal, but I'm not really too worried about all that kind of stuff. Maybe in the future, maybe look at it, but I'm not like super bothered, to be honest. It's just good to get the bike. I've always said it, every time I get on the bike, every time I come home, you know, you just feel good, your legs are energised, you know, you've got that little like calorie burn done, you know, it all just adds up and it's all good. It's all good in the hood, as I say. So, yeah, just gonna go for a little bite to eat, a can of juice. Again, maybe not healthy stuff, but see, I'm not really like a big, healthy, inspired kind of guy. But maybe future. Oh, Greggs is still shut. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. Be quite active. Anyway, see you later. Jesus, man, plenty of content today. But it's bringing back memories. I'm actually walking up to my mum and dad's, and this is my playground. So this used to come down here on my bike, turn up there, we got that bit of the river, you could head down towards the town, going down that way. I mean, it's all overgrown. The pitch and putt used to be just off here for any budding Jack Nicholses. This is actually the first time I've been up this bit for many a year. So that used to be the first hole used to be there. It was an 18-hole pitch and putt, absolutely phenomenal pitch and putt. Used to get what families and stuff used to go. But I mean, now it's like, I don't know if is that a wild hog in there? Might be a school child, I don't know. Probably similar. Probably same mentality, a wild hog and a school child. Oh, I've got a little bit of, oh, do you know what that is? It's like a wee seed. Still there, there it is. But yeah, but this whole bit this used to be the path, used to come down here. Calculate mushrooms. Fun guy. fungi. But yeah, this used to be the path down the side of the pitch and putt. But this whole bit's changed. So the school moved in here, the halls of residence. Because there used to be a college here. Big house is just over there. In fact, I don't know if you can see the big house. It's just like here. Just around about this bit. But this is all changed now. Big sports complex down there. I think A United train down here. You've got a big, in fact we'll go by it, I'll probably show you it. But there's a big arena, well not an arena, there's like a track and field, that's the word I was trying to get. So this is the student residence for the Craigie campus, or Ayr campus. So the college is actually down here now. This used to be, I can just see the university, UWS, just over my shoulder. So this used to be, probably the pitch and putt was just there, just with the holes of residence. The first hole was down there. This was like a kind of dirt car park, and probably the old holes of residence were here. But this has all changed. We've also got a new school, the Main Home Academy, located here. There used to be little gravestones, like a dog. Was that a dog or a pet? I think it was probably a pet, but probably would be a dog. Was buried just here. I'm trying to get my bearings. I think it was maybe even up this bit. Don't know, can you actually, I'm going to walk this way. Because this used to be the old campus grounds. And then the college was just here, just where this track and field area is. But I'm trying to think if the headstones will still be there. It's just like some pet. Like somebody's pet that died and they just buried it with a wee kind of, like a wee headstone. As I say, I don't even know if I don't even know if I can actually get access out this bit. But it's all changed now. This one actually was quite nice. You know, the campus. And you can probably just see, I don't know, swing around here. That was a pitch and putt down here. Down this bit. You can just see it there. But it's a great wee pitch and putt, like, you know, summer's night, midges were out in their dozens. You know, they're just families, because there used to be still is, a caravan site just down there. Used to get quite a lot of people that would come out, especially if it was a really nice summer's night. You know, families just, and I used to practice here when I used to play golf. Used to bring a bag. In fact, there was a fence you would climb over, and I'll go down and practice. I can remember my mum's shouting my name, going, "Daddy," and I'm down here with my bag and just whapping balls everywhere. And I think there was a job that I went. I actually turned out to be Prestwick Circuits, funny enough. But this is actually quite nice. This is the first time I've been down this bit. It's the first time I've seen the football park. It's kind of AstroTurf. Just nice, all this like vegetation, the flies, the bees. Just nice. But yeah, I'm just heading to my mum. I've just been into Burger King. I had those jalapeno cheese bites. It's good. You know, there's something peaceful. Like, a lot of people, can I see what this plane is? Oh, there it is. It's British Airways doing training. But it's good that we've still got this green area. So this is the new Ayr Academy. I'm going to say Main Home. Is it Main Home Academy? But anyway, it's a new school. They went for this. If you ever look at a cockpit of a Russian aircraft, that's a Russian aircraft cockpit green. I think they painted that colour because it makes the dials and that stand out. So this is the new track and field area. I could get the drone up. I have actually popped the drone up here, but this is right in the flight zone. But this is a new ventures. But yeah, my mum and dad just stay just over here. They're not far away. But this was completely different. So the old college was here. The old college was probably in this bit. And then down there used to be an ash park. And I can remember great days having gala days here. There's still the original like football pitchy, rugby pitch, sports pitch, just call it sports pitch. That's still down there and you can still do it. Because me and my brother used to go down there. We used to play the pitch and putt, but sometimes if that was open we wouldn't play because we had to pay. So we'd go down and play like I would call it tree golf. You'd pick a tree and you'd actually get to the tree and you'd have to hit the bark or the main trunk of the tree. So if you hit a shot and it maybe was a little bit off, that wasn't like I didn't count. I used to do that. I used to pick a tree. Sometimes you'd have to maybe bend it round a tree, or it's quite a fun way of doing it. But yeah, I just got to my mum's. We need to discuss future plans. Probably stated in the vlog earlier when I was on my bike that my life has kind of changed dynamically. It's things are happening, so it's not official yet. Well, it is official. Do you know there's another magpie? I don't know about you, and I probably had this discussion with my mum and dad about magpies. The magpies were, I mean, back in my day, do you know, do you know, I've used that word a few times, back in my day, and that's when you know you're getting old, when you say that. But back in my youth, I can't remember magpies, but I would probably say in the last like 10 years, magpies seem to be everywhere. Like where I stay, which may change, but where I stay there's a magpie nest just along from my house, and they've got quite a weird kind of cackle, it's like a kind of chirp. You can hear them, but magpies mate for life, which is kind of ironic going forward. But there's a wee spug. It's just great up here. My mum and dad live. This is like Craigie. It's a really nice area. There's a lot of green, a lot of trees. It's just nice. You know, it takes me back to my youth. But things have really changed up here. You know, things have maybe, fences have disappeared, and even a fence disappearing and new paving just looks totally different. But yeah, life goes on. In fact, the guy used to run me to my work when I worked at European Monitors. Sadly, he died. I'm just looking by his house. He died a few months back, about a month ago, month and a half. John Craig. He used to run me to my work when I worked at European Monitors. I'm sure it was European Monitors. Yeah, it was. But yeah, I'm nearly there, so I'm going to log off. I mean, this vlog's going to be a Sam Sulek-esque 40 minute. But anyway, take care. Catch you next time.